It won't be like you're not a part of Facebook. You're not a part of Facebook.
My name's on the masthead.
You might want to check again.
Oh, if you already know the answers to your questions, then why ask?
What's the most you ever lost on a coin toss?
I like the way you die, boy.
I don't want to be a product of my environment.
Now answer my question. Were you rushing or were you dragging?
My boy's awake at smile.
What is up, Film Fixation Podcast? We're back. We are back with another episode where we will be talking about Challengers, the new hit tennis movie. Austin and I saw it over the weekend, and we've got a lot to talk about. Before we do that, let's get into the film news.
Yes, we've seen it twice now.
Seen it twice. Yep.
We're not going to tell you if we liked it or not. Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, film news. Quentin Tarantino has dropped his final movie, The Film Critic.
Yeah.
Or The Movie Critic, however you wanted to read that. Would have been connected to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I don't know how that works, because it wasn't this like based, I guess it was loosely based off of a real film critic.
Yeah.
But somehow Cliff Booth from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was supposed to be in it.
Yeah. Well, I think, yeah. So that would have been fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting a call. Sorry. Let me go on Do Not Disturb.
And then like, what's his name? Shane Gillis was like maybe
rumored.
Be in
Yeah.
it. Yeah. There were so many rumors that we were hearing. So, but I guess it's just not happening.
Not happening.
Anymore.
He just wasn't pleased with it. He's still going to make a movie, but definitely not in that format. So
yeah. I hope he does a Western.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
I hope he just drops his 10 movie thing and just keeps making
going.
movies.
Yeah. Maybe he will. Hopefully.
Yeah. Let's see.
He's so young. I mean, we're seeing like
Scorsese and Ridley Scott.
Yeah, Scorsese just keep pounding out these movies.
Yeah.
They're awesome still, you know? So I don't know what his deal is, you know?
But it's something he's committed to since like 2010, 2012. So
yeah.
He's been saying it for forever. So I
guess he stole the idea from somebody else.
Oh, really?
Too.
A loser.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino is a loser.
He's a weird guy. That's out there.
Yeah. Banta texted me. No, was it Kaysen? I think it was Kaysen.
Same thing.
Same guy, you know. Texted me and was like, am I the only one that thinks Quentin Tarantino is like a weirdo? I'm watching an interview and he's the weirdest guy ever. And I was like, no, he sucks. He doesn't suck. He would probably suck to be around, though. Can you imagine hanging out with that guy?
Well, he's been on
what?
Like I've listened to him on podcasts.
Yeah,
that we're not going to mention because
we're done giving free publicity to other podcasts. Yeah. They've been asking for it. We're not doing it anymore. So, okay, this was news before we saw the movie, but Zendaya's new movie, The Challengers, or Challengers, surpasses Dune Part 2 for career best Rotten Tomatoes score. We don't really need to report on that. Not that we don't care.
Well, it went down.
Yeah, it's gone down.
So it's not
pre-release Rotten Tomatoes scores are meaningless completely. So, or pre-wide release, I should say. Next bit of news: Sundance exploring options outside of Park City. They want to leave Utah, possibly, which would suck.
Yeah,
F them.
What's their deal
if they do that? Yeah, we love having Sundance here.
Yeah,
people complain about how there's not enough stuff to do in Utah, and then they want to move stuff out like that. It's just crazy. Okay. Al Pacino and Dan Stevens to star in Exorcist movie based on true story. Really pumped about that.
Yeah. Anything
Pacino, dude.
Pacino in a horror? Oh my god.
Especially at this age.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the guy?
He's got to be like the priest. He's got to be.
Whoa. Look at that thing.
Whoa. This ghost has got a great ass. And you've got your head all the way up.
Oh man, that'll be great. That'll be great.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm feeling low energy.
Don't.
Are you? You feeling high energy?
I'm feeling good. Yeah. You just got to get in our groove. We've been away for a little bit.
Yeah. Sorry to our fans. We've been now that we have fans. Sorry to whoever listens. We've been pretty inconsistent lately. We're trying to get back.
now that it's summer. I had finals. So did Austin.
Yeah.
He graduated.
Yep. Thank you.
Give him a little
Thank you.
round of applause. Health administration.
Yep.
He was literally at a networking event earlier today.
It's true.
And he just graduated.
Yeah, I just came from a golf tournament.
Yeah.
Um,
Shot a 32.
scored 62.
62. Wow.
I'm serious. That's what we scored.
Oh, as a group?
Yeah.
62.
62.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's really good. How many
We had 4 mulligans.
4 mulligans the whole time?
Yeah.
Could you like buy more if you wanted to?
You could
or-
buy a max of 8. We
Okay.
could have bought more,
so you
but
only
not
used
after.
4. Did
Yeah.
you win?
No. Somebody got 55.
That's crazy.
You think they were cheating?
Maybe. Have you
Could-
seen that group that shot like a 42? And
No.
they were like a bunch of old dudes
Uh-huh.
or whatever. Like, no way. Yeah.
I really don't know how all this works. I know we parred or birdied every hole. We
Really?
didn't get a single bogey, I don't
Mhm.
think. So those guys would have had to like birdie and eagle everything, right? To get a
Yeah.
55.
Were you guys pretty good? Did you have a ringer or what?
We had a guy who was consistently good, and then it was just us 3. One
Mm-hmm.
guy was consistently good, one was just solid, and then there was me who's ass. So
Mm.
yeah.
Well,
But yeah, anyway,
well, good job.
that's golf. That's golf. Thank you.
Yeah. It's our
Um,
golf segment.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah. We're thinking about starting a new golf podcast. Let us know if you would listen to that. If that excited you, that conversation right there. Oscars announced updated Best Picture eligibility rules. So a lot of this has to do with screenings. It's targeted mostly at streaming services like Netflix, who will, because prior regulations said that they had to be in theaters for like a week in one of 6 markets. It was
Yeah.
like LA, Chicago, New York. So you could literally show this movie at one theater in one of those markets for a week, and you'd
Yeah.
be able to be nominated for Best Picture. No more.
Mhm.
Now you have to give a lot more screenings to be considered for that, which is great.
I think
just
that's
a lot
good.
more accessibility,
Yeah.
so that these streamers aren't just dumping it on their platforms; they're actually putting stuff out and contributing to good theater experiences. So
Yeah. More movies in theaters. We love that.
yeah, we need that.
It was so frustrating when like Poor Things was only showing in like Salt Lake City.
Yeah,
You know?
so many of the great movies of the last few years, and I get that distribution's hard,
Mhm.
but Poor Things, Past Lives,
yeah.
All of Us Strangers,
Mm-hmm.
like you just can't see these outside of Salt Lake City. It sucks. What?
Yeah.
What
No,
are you
that's a
smiling
great
about?
movie.
Huh? Have you seen it?
No, I
Yeah, then don't talk about
you
it.
show me clips.
Yeah, the best clips. Okay. Hollywood movie studios are reportedly using Rotten Tomatoes to decide which directors to hire.
Huh.
Can you believe that? We literally, on this podcast, A Voice of Reason, we just said Rotten Tomato scores don't matter.
Yeah.
Now Hollywood thinks they do. I don't think so.
Do you understand how they get their like percentages?
Yeah, it's not like an actual rating.
Yeah.
It's like an approval score, more so.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I don't
this
know.
percentage. Oh, okay. So simple version, and this is not nearly everything,
Mm-hmm.
but basically it's this percentage of people gave it a positive score.
Positive.
But there's another layer to that, which makes it even more complicated. But yeah. So it's not a true indicator of how good a movie is. It's like a population
Mm-hmm.
vote on a movie.
An audience score is just like people going on Rotten Tomatoes
Mhm.
giving it a rating, but they have to be verified. I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it's scored the same way.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like
Oh, it is.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That just doesn't like how audience score. How can somebody give like Dune 2 a negative score? How can that have like a 92?
I don't know. Ask
8%
Kaysen.
of people. Yeah,
Ask
no.
Kaysen.
Kaysen hated it.
You would know.
Yeah.
I watched Primal Fear last night.
Yeah, you
Didn't really care for it.
Okay,
And I'm scared to talk to Kaysen about it.
really?
Yeah.
He loved it.
Yeah.
You didn't like Edward Norton's.
No, he was the
Character?
best part of the movie. Richard Gere or whatever his name is.
I liked him, bro.
I don't think he's a good actor, is he?
I think he is.
None of it's convincing.
You didn't read my review that I said.
No, I
about
didn't.
it.
I didn't read your
I
review.
said
Did you read mine?
he's like a better George Clooney. Yeah, I did read yours.
You didn't like it.
I forgot because I didn't like your review.
Okay, that's fine. I hope you
If
never
you don't like a movie that I like, I'm not gonna like
Really?
your stinking review. No,
Okay, that's freaking stupid.
you haven't noticed that?
No, I have. I've noticed you just don't like the reviews I write.
Oh, whatever.
No, it's fine. Challengers, Banta, Kason, and I
got on.
we all liked your review, and you didn't like any of ours.
It's because I got.
no, you're a
You
dirtbag.
talked about this?
What?
Wait, how did you know that? How did you know I didn't like anybody else's?
'Cause
You
I just
guys all-
looked.
Oh, you just looked.
Yeah.
I here's the thing is because I wrote my review last,
Mhm.
like a day later,
Sure.
and I was like trying not to read your reviews,
Mm.
but then I read them, and then I went and quickly wrote my own review, and tried to not talk about anything you guys talked about. You know.
Mm.
Then I forgot to. I didn't want to like your review before I wrote my own review.
Sure.
And then I forgot to go back and like your.
It doesn't matter.
reviews.
They're just likes. Okay. It's fine. I don't care.
No, I understand.
No, it's fine.
I'll try harder.
Hey, Jaron has some big news. Do you want to tell the
No.
fans? Okay. Let's move on then. Sydney Sweeney and Ana de Armas will star in a thriller movie together titled Eden
Okay.
later this year.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
which will be sick.
That's crazy.
Jaron didn't say this, but I was hoping it's like the female Brokeback Mountain. Jaron did say that. I was thinking
I just mean a good love story. Two humans.
it's
love.
so sad because you know how no matter how good it is, it won't be as good as Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Sydney Sweeney and Ana de Armas making a better movie than that?
Oh my! I can't imagine. I want to imagine.
I'm imagining it right now. No, yeah.
Sweeney and Anna, dude. Oh my gosh! I need to know what that's about. Like right now.
Let's see. So there might be more
That's
information.
two of my
on it.
top three.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Sweeney kind of fell out, but I think she's back.
Sweeney's back, dude.
Sweeney's back, dude. After Immaculate, you got to see that.
I'll rent it.
She kills it.
We're seeing a movie after this, but I'll rent it. We're seeing a movie tomorrow.
We're
I'll rent
seeing
it on Sunday.
It's tonight.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm seeing another movie tomorrow without you.
really?
Well,
What are
maybe
you-
I'll
what are
invite you.
seeing?
I'll invite you. Maybe.
No.
Why?
What are you seeing?
You
with
busy
who?
tomorrow? I don't care. I'm not going to tell you.
What do you mean you don't care? What are you talking about?
I thought you were in the group message.
Your Los
No,
Aventuros?
different one. It's like a special group message.
The Film Society?
No, it's a different one.
Okay, I'm not in it then.
Okay, well then we'll invite you.
Who's in that?
I don't care. I'm not
I
going to
don't
tell you. I don't
understand.
care if you care.
I don't understand your answers right now.
It's just because I'm getting nervous.
Okay, I don't want to be in.
You don't want to
You
come?
know I don't want to be in all the group chats in the world. and
I know.
don't care. So,
Yeah,
okay, we'll move on. I don't want to go tomorrow, so
you don't. You're busy.
I think I have something.
Is your friend busy?
My friend?
Yeah.
No. So
Okay. Okay. Well, then maybe we'll invite you.
Okay.
Jerk.
Thanks.
So Eden is an upcoming American survival thriller directed by Ron Howard, which makes me like it a little bit less.
What's he directed?
Ron Howard?
Yeah.
You know. Come on.
I know, but I can't think off the top of my head.
Bunch of 80s and 90s movies. Solo, a Star Wars story.
Okay.
Beautiful Mind, The Da Vinci Code, Apollo 13, which isn't spectacular.
Okay. So he's fine.
Willow. He's a good friend of George Lucas,
Oh, really?
father of Bryce Dallas Howard, as you know.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
That's
he's
cool.
the father of Bryce Dallas Howard.
Mm.
Yeah. But yeah, Vanessa Kirby's also in that, it says.
What?
Yeah. That's nuts. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay, next little bit here. Matt Damon and Casey Affleck in a Boston heist film, The Instigators.
That's awesome.
Can you believe that? I mean, that's
No.
everything we've ever wanted.
I don't know how that slipped past my radar. Like,
Yeah.
because we just saw the like photo, the still from it.
Yeah.
So
They look so good in it too.
I
That's
know
great.
Casey looks good.
Yeah.
He looks a bit different, but like still, I don't know.
Yeah. Gosh.
Looks a
gonna be
bit
so good.
thinner.
Okay, last couple things here. Hustling through. A24 is teaming back up with the Talk to Me directors, the Filippos,
Great.
on a new horror movie called Bring Her Back,
Ooh.
which I thought would be a sequel,
Yeah, it kind of sounds.
but it doesn't look like it. It's got some lady named Sally Hawkins who's going to star.
Maybe it's a spinoff.
Maybe.
I mean, because that if you've seen Talk to Me,
Yeah, maybe it's a
could
new.
be
Yeah,
anybody on the other side of that.
That's true.
hand.
I would love a sequel. I mean, they promised us a sequel. Maybe that's what it is. I can't imagine them working on anything else before a Talk to Me sequel.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, okay. Rosemary's Baby prequel, Apartment 7A is what it's going to be called, is set to release on Paramount Plus this Halloween, which sounds pretty horrible.
I don't understand how that would work. Like before
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Satan's baby's born.
No. Because it's not like the apartment was haunted.
Yeah, no.
I mean, but
Maybe it's like the formation of the cult.
Yeah,
and
that's what I would think.
deciding who's going to have the baby.
That's the only way they could do it. But the fact that it's releasing straight to Paramount Plus is like horrible news,
Yeah,
Not that it's horrible news, not that we were
they don't really
holding
have-
out for this movie, but it's not going to be a good movie.
Okay,
That's like Megamind 2 was released to Paramount
wait, but
Plus.
it's a series.
No, it's a movie.
Oh, it's a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Huh.
So, anyway, that's all our film news.
Okay. Challengers. 2 hours, 11 minutes, rated R. It is starring Zendaya. What?
I was thinking about the second time we saw it,
Okay.
that one scene. We'll get into it.
Okay. I don't know what there's a
Well,
lot
no,
of
but
scenes.
no, Kaysen sitting over there. going,
Oh,
"Oh."
yeah. Jeez. Okay. Starring Zendaya, Josh O'Connor, and Mike Feist. No, that's pretty much it. That's all we really hear from. And then a line judge named Darnell Appling.
And Zendaya's personal assistant,
assistant, yeah. That's
who is
cool.
not her brother. I turned to Grace. I said, "That's Zendaya's personal assistant." She goes, "And to her brother." And I said, "That no way, that's her brother."
Who said that?
Grace.
She's trying to tell us
I know.
film facts.
Yeah. How about you stick to the Taylor
stick
Swift
to
facts
your
or something?
lane, please.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You know what's funny is number 5 here on like the Letterboxd cast is Brian Dew, who's, could you guess who that is? Fifth build. Arts.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Physiotherapist. So
No
like,
way.
The guy that was stretching his
Yeah, the guy
shoulder,
that's like in his face at the beginning.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's fifth build. Yeah, that's funny. Okay. This has got a 7.8 out of 10 on IMDb, a 74% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, and an 89% critic score. And on Letterboxd, it is sitting at a 4.2 at the moment. I gave this 4.5 stars. You gave it
4.5 stars.
4.5.
Yep.
I was just wondering if you changed it.
No.
Maybe.
No, I'm sticking to it.
All of our friends pretty much gave this 4s and above. Forrest really liked it.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Just happy to see that.
Our friend Nick Hender gave it a 3.
Yeah.
Just wasn't there for it, I guess. Didn't like the jump hug. Bad needle drops. Didn't like the house music. But yeah. So yeah, I thought this was a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
So many layers to it, lots to interpret. Zendaya told people, like, don't judge the characters too harshly. You should see it like multiple times to like really understand different characters, like motivations and why they did what they did. And I think that's true in a way. We saw it twice, and I feel like we had more moderate feelings the second time towards more characters.
Definitely.
But yeah, just a great tennis movie. Really sweaty. Lots of house music.
Yep.
Lots of steamy moments or whatever, and it was pretty fun. It's a good movie. I really liked it.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
No, yeah, it was a great movie. I going into it, the trailers. I gotta stop watching trailers, man.
Yeah, so yeah,
Or-
so much.
Or maybe, but here's what happened: is I thought I knew the story going in, and they with the time jumps and everything, I thought that was clever enough
Mhm.
to where it was like there's still a great payoff there.
Yeah,
Like even though I knew there was going to be some infidelity and things like that,
Mhm.
I think there was a great payoff. Even
Yeah.
going in knowing that, but the original trailer with the Rihanna song,
Mhm.
"Na na na, come on," you know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
That I saw that and I was like, that movie's gonna suck.
You think
Like
so?
bad, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I wasn't too hyped for it either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even when I saw the initial reviews, I was like, this is just one of those, you know,
Yeah.
people like Zendaya, they're going to give her high ratings, whatever.
Mm.
And we've talked about it, you and I, and even on this podcast about, is Zendaya like as good as everybody thinks she is?
Yeah.
And I think without a doubt, this movie proves. Oh, eyebrow raise.
No.
I think it proves.
Finish
I
your
think
thought.
it proves that she's a capable actress.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best out there, but certainly better than what I was giving her credit for.
Yeah.
I don't know about how you feel about that, but I came into this movie and I was like, I think Zendaya is a pretty average actor. I
Mhm.
think I don't even know Joshua Connor and Mike Feist.
Yeah.
Like if you would have asked me last week, I don't know what those guys are. Now I know what projects they're going to be in the near future. You know,
Yeah.
and I know that they're actually pretty hot commodities coming in the coming years.
Mhm.
So I'm really excited about that. But yeah, I was super surprised to just love it. And the whole time I was like, okay, this house music is getting kind of annoying.
Yeah.
There are some things that aren't working for me. There's some performance things that are bugging me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But then by the end of the movie, I was completely satisfied. And I was like, none of that matters because this is a unique story. It
Yeah.
was high energy and fun. And there was just payoff to everything. You know,
Mhm.
it was a great movie. I really enjoyed it.
So with what you said about Zendaya, right? I do agree. She's capable. I just think she has like a zone, right? Where
Sure.
she can like, operate at her best. And that's like the really mean kind of standoffish type personalities where she's just like really electric, and you believe it, I guess.
Yeah.
Dune 2, I mean, we've criticized
Yeah.
kind of that performance a little bit.
Yeah.
There's some cringeworthy moments where, I don't know, she's just not batting where everybody else is. I mean, that movie's got so many great
Yeah. I mean, it's
actors,
hard.
like,
It's difficult.
it's insane. But dude, Joshua Connor, he was fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't buy him as like just this charismatic, really like in your face type sexual personality,
Yeah.
then like the movie doesn't work. And he's just so like sleazy but just believable. I don't know. I really just bought into who these characters were in their roles. Like Mike Feist, you could say there was a couple like cringe moments. Like I don't like some of his delivery
Sure.
of some of his lines,
Yeah.
but I feel like that just makes me buy in a bit more and make it more believable for me because I've met like personalities where
Yeah.
like this is how they would say that. Like just people that just get under your skin a little
Mhm.
bit, but you love art.
Can you
Like-
name 5 people to get under your skin?
No, I'm not on the pod.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Maybe not. I don't even know if I could name
I don't know if I could name
that
5, honestly.
stick out to me.
Okay, go ahead.
People that I've like
Yeah.
obviously probably don't talk to anymore.
Yeah.
So Mike Feist, he was great too. I mean, it's crazy that like you've got Zendaya who's got such star power right now. She's probably the hottest commodity in all of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like from March to now, and these 2 other actors, like I haven't heard of them. I mean, I guess they've been in other roles, kind of smaller
Yes.
roles, but this is obviously their biggest part that they've
Yeah.
had. And they're just right there with her, And I mean, probably, in my opinion, like outperforms her. You know, they've got better roles, I guess, and hers is a bit like more grounded performance. You know, but
Yeah, they're all pretty exaggerated caricatures of a type of person, and I think, to your point, going in not really knowing them, these two actors, and what they had been in, that helped my experience a lot because I totally bought, like you were saying, Feist's like annoying little grubby, like loser boy, bottom feeder type guy, you know, and I totally bought Josh O'Connor's sleazeball jerk that just wants to take everything, you know, or wants to do everything in sight, you know. And so I thought that was great. I thought going in not knowing them, and I'll be curious to see. So like Mike Feist is in The Bike Riders coming out in a couple months.
I heard that. Yeah,
and I'm like, will I go into that? I think it's been a long time for me since I've seen a movie where there's an up and coming actor that I wasn't familiar with, and I saw them in their first role. You know, trying to think of like another example of that. Even
I don't know,
their first big role that like shaped the way I saw them. I can't. But so I wonder how that will affect it going forward. Not that that has anything to do with this movie, but I think it is important to note for their careers.
We've definitely got them on our radar coming up here. Should we talk about our theater experiences like you wanted to mention?
Yeah.
So we saw this first. Where did we see this? Who did we see it with first? Me, you, Parker, and Kaysen.
Yeah.
In Layton MC? No.
Yeah.
Where did we see
it was Layton
MC. Okay, yeah.
At their best auditorium there.
Yeah, no, legit. Layton, we used to crap on them all the time, but that was they put us in a good theater.
Yeah.
Theater 6. That's
the best one.
That's the best one right there. And we all just kind of just felt this pull towards the movie and just got really affected by it.
Three of us.
Oh yeah, three of us.
3/4 of us.
Yeah. Parker didn't like it. He's since come around. Which I love that. Why can't Kaysen freaking do that?
Shut up.
Just kidding. It's like I don't even think about how we didn't like Dune 2 like at all, and then we just get on the podcast and then we get in that mode, you know.
Well, the problem is he thinks we think about it all day, every day.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I like it. Really angered me. The movie, just like Zendaya's character, is a very immoral person who does anything regardless of the consequences in order to get her way. And like, what does she want? You know, does she want fame? Does she want to be competitive? Does she want to be entertained? You know?
Does she just want to control other people?
Yeah,
like that was the first impression I had out of the movie. Was she just wants control because she lost control of her life. She wants to control the lives of somebody else. You know,
yeah,
that's how I took it the first time.
She's a puppeteer, right? Or a puppet master, if you don't know what that means.
Yeah, you probably had to look that one up.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's her dream, I guess. She has dreams, right? Unlike some other characters, she has aspirations. She wants to win majors or whatever. And since she can't, she kind of latches herself onto Mike Feist's character, Art Donaldson, who maybe thanks to her help, partially, obviously, he becomes this renowned tennis player.
Oh, it's only because of her.
You think it's only because of her?
There's no way he's in that position without Zendaya.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah.
Because he's too much of a pushover. Like, he doesn't care. His motivations at the beginning of the movie are, I want to impress my dying grandmother and her nursing home.
Okay.
He's like, I don't care if you beat me, or I don't care the outcome. I just want to win for my grandmother, you know, when he's talking to his best friend. Mm-hmm. And then he goes to Stanford, and it seems like there's nothing to indicate that he's a real competitor. And even when he's with his other coach, I think we are to understand that as his plateau until Zendaya comes back into his life.
Okay. I think he's just in it for the women. I think he's in it just for Tashi. Maybe if she wasn't his coach, he would be more motivated to win majors on his own to impress her.
Yeah, maybe.
Instead of like he has her, he doesn't feel a reason to impress her anymore because he feels secure, which he gets a little bit complacent.
Yeah, I
and
agree
that
with
leads to the slump.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, it's all because of her. That's
Yeah.
the reason he becomes this renowned tennis player. And Tashi originally, latches herself on to Josh O'Connor's character, Patrick Zweig, because he's the better tennis player, right? Like he wins the match where they compete for her phone number, and once she realizes like he doesn't care about tennis, like he's not doing well on the tour, she just leaves him,
Yep.
And that's where Mike Feiss just weasels his way in there.
Yeah.
Where that was a really unlikable moment for him. But it felt real, that's what.
Oh, I've seen some of my friends do that before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you.
Whatever.
You little weasel. Little weasel.
See, that's just so true, dude.
It's relatable, man. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm so Patrick.
I wasn't
You are
friends
so
with you.
Art, bro.
I wasn't friends with you.
We were best friends back then.
Were we?
Yeah. We were eating each other's churros.
What are you talking? No. Oh, yeah. Sure.
Talking about the movie, Jared. This is a movie
Yeah.
podcast.
I just went back to, chemistry class.
Oh, yeah.
Or was it biology?
It was chemistry.
It's chemistry, yeah.
It was with that old ass bald dude. You remember him?
Yeah.
Who would swear sometimes.
He would?
Yeah. He was like super nice and quiet. But then whenever you would annoy him,
Me?
which was all the time. I don't know. No, every once in a while he would flip out and get super angry.
I vaguely remember that.
Anyway, yeah, sorry. Go on. It was
No,
chemistry.
Let's talk about chemistry.
Let's talk about chemistry. The chemistry was terrible.
I was on the soccer team, so I was kind of the art of the school, right?
Yeah.
I was the stand-in goalie because Braxton Weaver got arrested
Yeah.
and kicked off the team. And so yeah, I was just killing it. And then no, we don't have to talk about this.
I know, that's
But I wasn't a snake, bro. Okay. Whatever. We've bonded over that. That's why we're friends now.
Yeah. We love that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So how do we get back to talking about the movie?
Okay. What were we talking about right before that? Oh, okay. You were talking
I
about
just said
art.
that Mike or
Kind
art.
of weasels in there.
Yeah. And then you said,
Yeah.
okay.
But okay, so Zendaya dumps Patrick as soon as she realizes he's not serious about tennis.
Mhm.
And then she realizes, I think she realizes art can be manipulated a lot easier than
Mhm.
Patrick can.
Yeah.
So I interpreted it.
Patrick can't be manipulated.
Yeah. She saw way more potential in Patrick because he's just objectively the better tennis player.
Yeah.
He's got a higher floor,
Mhm.
probably a higher ceiling
Mhm.
than Art. But he didn't have that controllability. He wasn't controllable like
Yeah.
Art is. So
So that's what she realizes in that conversation in her dorm room, right?
That was
First of
bad,
all,
dude.
that Patrick isn't a part of her like fan club, right?
Right.
That she can't talk to him like a coach or like he needs her advice or whatever because he's her peer. She doesn't want somebody to challenge her like that.
right.
I don't think. She just wants somebody that she can manipulate because she's a master manipulator,
Mhm.
and that's just what she wants to do with her life. I thought it was so interesting. I didn't notice this the first time around, but she changes the ad where she gets handed the ad.
Game changer.
Yeah, game changer, and it's just art right there.
Yeah.
But she adds herself in and makes the title Game Changers.
Mhm.
And then this though, it goes all over, the country or whatever. It seems like we see
Yeah.
that billboard like so many times.
Yeah.
But like he doesn't get a say in that. Like he doesn't even care. It's never even brought up. He didn't even look at the paper of
Right.
her just changing it. Like that's how much control she has over his life.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just a bad situation to
Mhm.
be in, you know, for Art. So you feel happy for him at the end once he, you know, like there's the realization, right? And then there's like, he goes through like a bunch of different stages of grief probably in that moment, where anger, sad, disbelief, and then acceptance towards the end there. And then
Yeah.
he's past it.
That's a great point.
It's really cool at the end there.
Do we ever see Art happy with Tashi? Like, we see him very happy with Patrick.
Yeah.
Every time before their breakup, he's obsessed with Patrick. They're like in love. They're the best of friends. You know? But we never really see him happy with Tashi when Patrick is out of the picture.
No, that's
Other
a great
than like the
point.
Cincinnati Applebee's, and that's like a fleeting moment, you know,
Yeah.
where they're just getting back together. But in their married life, we never see a time
them
where they're
happy
happy
together. Yeah.
you know?
He's happy with like her daughter.
Yeah.
For like a few moments, you
Mhm.
know. No, I think that's a great point. Yeah, because you can interpret this in a few different ways. Like after seeing it the second time, I feel like Patrick was in love with Art the whole time, right?
Yes.
And he knew it, and because he's like outwardly like bisexual, I guess he's a very sexual person. And I think he just kind of got with Tashi to get to Art, to get under his skin, to get a reaction out of
Mhm.
him, you know? And Art, like, he obviously wants Tashi, right? But
Right.
he doesn't get fulfillment from her. They're not fulfilling each other in that relationship. And I feel like at the end, he realizes, like, I'd rather just be with my bro.
Yeah.
You know? Like this girl, Tashi, like, she's just not worth it.
hmm
And now, like, Patrick has like helped me realize this, you know?
Yes. Yeah. That's similar to how I read it.
Really?
I feel like Art is more in love with Patrick than Patrick is with Art.
I don't think so.
Really.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to support that. Just
Because
general
Patrick,
feeling.
like, I feel like their first breakup is like, that's more obvious is Mike, or, you know,
Yeah, we gotta
when,
stick to
when
Art and
Patrick
Yeah.
goes to the locker room where Tashi's hurt and Don or Art is
Dawn.
Donaldson.
Oh,
Okay. Maybe.
jeez.
So Art Donaldson. Where Art's there with Tashi.
Yeah.
He's like doesn't really care. Like he's just trying to like be there for Tashi. And then when Art flips out on him, that was where he's heartbroken.
That's a good
Right
point.
there.
That's a good point.
And then he leaves. And then
Okay.
that's the end of it. So I feel like
Yeah.
him inserting himself back into Tashi's life is just a way to insert himself into Art's life,
That's right.
you know? And then in the locker room or in the sauna, that whole confrontation, like that broke his heart. Remember when he's like, I'm not important?
Yeah.
And then he's like, not even to the most obsessive tennis fan in the world. And he's like, are we talking about tennis? And he, you know, he
what
wants to
the-
feel important to Art.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Thanks.
That's a dude. That's a great point. How'd you pull that out?
I know.
I'm just looking at my notes here because after we left, I sat in my car.
You
Or no,
did.
you drove me home.
Mhm.
I texted up some notes about
You
what I
did.
thought. Let me read them. You can keep
Yeah.
going on.
Keep going on what?
Okay.
Do you wait on your? Oh yeah.
Couple things that I liked.
Okay.
I know we're still discussing the movie,
Yeah.
but I already talked about how I really liked the time jump. In certain movies, time jumps cannot work very well.
Yeah.
They're overly confusing. It's better to just tell a linear story.
Mhm.
It just flows better.
Yeah.
This movie did it perfectly, I think.
Mhm.
The jumping and back and forth, organizing it like sets in a tennis match. I thought that was awesome. And every time we went back to the tennis match, we had more information on their backstory and
Yes.
it added tension. So
Mhm.
that by the final tiebreak,
Yeah.
you were just like overflowing with this emotion and this information
Mhm.
about their collective pasts, and you're just ready for it to come to an end. And
Yes.
it's fantastic.
Yeah, I agree because the way, like you said, it's awesome how it's formatted in like in a tennis match,
Yeah.
right? So in the first match, you don't really know who to root for. I feel like you root more for Art, since he's kind of like he feels more like the side character to Patrick's like main character, since he's more charismatic.
Yes.
In the beginning. So when Patrick wins the first match, that elicits more of a reaction out of you, right? Because you're rooting for Art. And then once Art wins the second match, right before he wins, you see that snake moment.
Yeah.
Or that whole like Stanford sequence where he's just like a weasel and you don't like him. And then he wins and you're like, oh my goodness. I can't believe he just won that match.
Yeah.
And in the end, you really, really don't know who to root for until the very last.
But it's
moment.
not Tashi at the end.
Oh, no. Yeah.
You're like, I do not want Tashi to win this, because by that time, the strings she's pulled to manipulate both of them and the infidelity and everything.
Yeah.
So you're
I hated, I didn't like her at Stanford,
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know, even at Long Island. I don't know.
Really? That's interesting.
Just like, whatever you're more into, just give your number to them.
Yeah, that's true. That was another theme I really liked.
It's like she doesn't even care. Whoever wins this tennis match.
She just wants good tennis. She just wants good competition. And I thought that was really a cool sequence, because the whole movie was kind of marketed on that, threesome. We see that in the trailer, and that's what everybody was getting excited about. But what it ends up being is her manipulating them into, because she knows that they don't care about the tennis match the next day. She doesn't want to watch a tennis match where people don't care about it.
Yeah.
So she goes out of her way to manipulate them so that they care, and it totally changes the trajectory of all of their lives.
Yeah.
Because she wants to watch a good tennis match the next day.
Yeah.
And then there's this reoccurring theme in the movie of, are we talking about tennis? We always talk about tennis.
That's what I was just thinking.
That's all we're talking about,
Yeah.
And so it's like her whole life to her is a competition. Her whole life to her is a game of tennis. And so that's a great theme in there.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought that up, because it's Patrick's the one who they keep telling that to, right? Because in the beginning, he's wants to have an intimate moment with Tashi. She's just trying to critique him on his tennis form, and he's like, "Can we not?" And she's like, "What the f else do I talk to you about besides tennis?"
Yeah.
He just wants to have a personal relationship. That's where he gets his. That's what makes him happy. He doesn't have these goals. He just wants to be a human being for people. Yeah. And then that was heartbreaking for him. And then
you're talking
in the sauna.
You're talking Patrick.
Patrick, yeah.
Okay.
Because Tashi doesn't say that to Art.
No, yeah.
And then then Art says the same thing to Patrick in the sauna, right? He's like, "Is that are we talking about tennis?" And he's like, "What the f else do I talk to you about?" Yeah. Like he doesn't want it to be about tennis, and that's all that like Art and Tashi want it to be about, I guess.
Well, and that's Art after years of living with Tashi and being manipulated that way.
No, yeah, that's
because
true.
even he's trying to get out of that. Like he's suffering that way too, and he's kind of projecting that pain onto Patrick.
Yeah,
which I think is really interesting, because by that time in the movie, does the sauna sequence come before or after?
You find out about Atlanta?
No, after Art is like there with Tashi, and he's like, "Will you just hold me till I fall asleep?"
That happens.
Does that happen before the sauna? Yeah, check your memory banks.
Let me think. Gosh, I think that happens after the sauna.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes
gotta.
sense. But either way, you see how vulnerable and like emotionally fragile Art is through all of this.
As you should. I mean, yeah, it's justified. I mean,
and to see him turn into the villain again against Patrick is really hard to watch, because you're like, man, this is the only person in the world that actually loves you.
Yeah.
Right?
And he just...
Tashi doesn't. And you hate this guy.
Yeah.
And for good reason, too. That's why we're saying there's layers to it. Like, for good reason, he hates Patrick because of all of this stuff. Like, he knows about Atlanta. Or he
has suspicions.
Yeah, he has suspicions. So...
That's almost worse.
Yeah, exactly.
The paranoia.
So it's hard,
Yeah. No, that's a great point. Anything else we want to talk about before we get into categories?
I like the theme of Zendaya at the beginning says, I don't want my only skill in life to be hitting a ball with a racket.
Yeah.
And
that's
then-
our only skill.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's right. Like that is the only thing she's ever good at. And so she has to, live vicariously through others by
Yeah.
controlling them.
She's just a mad, petulant person. She's upset with how her life played out. So she just wants to live through art.
To Zendaya's point, though, she said, watch this again. And in the interview, she says, the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, yeah, I do not like Tashi.
Yeah.
The second time I watched it, I was like, wait, hold on. Tashi has a point here. That's what she said. And I was like, going into the second viewing, there is no way I'm going to be on Tashi's side in any of this. The second time in, I was more understanding of Tashi. I still think she's the villain of the movie, but I was like, I do understand that she put all her chips in one basket and she's trying to live and provide, and her husband is just inadequate in every way. Like, he's a good father and he cares for her, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But he wants to throw everything they built their life on away. I guess it's not much of that.
Well, he just
because
wants to retire.
He just wants to retire. I guess
he's done playing tennis. He's done what he wanted to.
But I get that, I don't know. Their whole relationship is built on competition, and he's just such a whiny little B word by the end that I get, like, yeah, Tashi, that would be frustrating.
Yeah. Well, it's like she's working him so hard.
Exactly.
the
That's a
whole
good
time.
point. Yeah.
And he's done.
Yeah.
Right? And he's not
But-
pretending to like it anymore.
Yeah. I'm saying I'm still against Tashi,
Okay.
but what I am saying is
Sounds
I came
like you're
out.
her biggest fan.
I'm her biggest fan. I
Yeah.
tell you what, the Stanford dorm room scene, I was her biggest fan. Holy cow.
Who is that guy in the theater?
Oh, yeah. So
Who-
we're watching our second viewing.
Yeah.
We're there. Dorm room scene comes up, and this is
Yeah.
one of the hottest scenes
Okay. Yeah.
I've seen in a while. No nudity or anything.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Just
depending
the
on what.
sexual tension.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But there's this guy a couple seats down
Yeah.
where as soon as Zendaya gets on top of Joshua Connor's
Connor.
character, he's like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
over there. We're
Can
like,
you believe
who
that?
is this guy? It was Kaysen.
It was. I was gonna. Yeah, really inappropriate.
No, I'm not going to say what's more inappropriate. Should I tell him?
No,
No.
no. Somebody else in the theater was making noises too, but
Yeah.
I guess it's fine
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, last couple of things here.
Okay.
I have a theory that they only ate wiener-shaped phallic foods.
Mhm.
They're eating hot dogs. They're eating churros. They're smoking cigarettes, which is gay.
Yeah.
What?
Whoa.
What's
Okay.
yeah?
I don't know what you mean by that. Describing.
I smoke
word.
cigarettes sometimes.
Yeah.
It's gay. It's a gay thing to do.
You think so?
I think
Okay.
so. Because you're sucking on
Okay. So
a tiny schwarz,
yeah. I
as
get you.
Ryan Gosling would say. Or as his character Cal would say,
yeah. Well, Cal is
Ryan Gosling.
no, that's Steve Carell's character.
What the F is his name?
Ryan Gosling, hot guy from the bar. Little Crazy Stupid Love reference,
Yeah.
by the way, and he's talking about a tiny straw
Yes.
in a drink.
Yes.
You do have a point. What is it?
Jacob Palmer, I guess.
That doesn't
Never say his name. Ever.
Jacob.
They never say Jacob. Anyway,
They
whatever.
say Jacob. They never say Jacob Palmer. But
Um,
maybe like once or twice. But yeah.
but that's my point. Is sucking on a cigarette.
Okay.
It's a phallic shape.
It's a phallic shape.
Anyway,
They're all kind of. There's a banana.
banana, and then Art eats an egg,
Okay.
which is like a
Yeah. Sure.
I don't need to
You
prove
don't
anything
need to
else.
describe.
There is
what
nothing
everything
that-
looks like.
The men in this movie never eat anything that's not phallic.
Okay.
Watch it again.
What
Until
about the granola bar that Art eats?
I
He
don't know if-
kind of
does he eat a granola bar?
He eats it like through the wrapper. Remember that?
Well, that's a
Yeah.
gel.
Oh, it was a gel.
Yeah, which is
Okay.
another, maybe I'm looking too into the imagery, but I'm not, because on our first viewing, there's a little plate of peaches,
Mhm.
and I turned to you and I said, Peaches.
You did.
And I was like, that's an intentional reference that Luca Guadagnino put in there.
To Call Me By Your Name.
Yeah, to Call Me By Your Name. And I
Yeah.
thought, that's a reach. Then I listened to something that the writer talks about, and he's like, no, that was intentional. So
Yeah.
a lot of these things are intentional.
There was a Spider-Verse
Yeah, that was great. That was great.
that made the whole theater laugh or whatever.
Yeah, dude.
All the
Jeez.
girls like, oh my gosh,
oh my gosh.
she's dating Tom Holland.
Dude, how about, what if you put Tom Holland in one of these roles?
He could have been in the Mike Feist role.
Yeah. He
Imagine him being Patrick. There's no way.
oh, like,
Timothy
5'2"
Chalamet
of
as
him?
Patrick
yeah,
and Tom Holland
that would be
as-
insane.
as Don or Art.
That would be great. That would be great.
That would be good. We missed out,
we missed an opportunity.
dude. That would have been like the biggest movie
Ever.
Definitely, of the
Especially
year.
right on the heels of Dune,
Yeah,
when people have seen the chemistry between both
yeah.
relationships.
hmm
Jeez, that'd be great.
Man, was there a better role for Zendaya?
The line judge? Is that what
No,
you're
I
saying?
mean-
like, there's only 2 other roles.
I mean, was there a better person to play Tashi Duncan?
I honestly don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know who else.
I'm just
Anya
thinking
Taylor-Joy?
Anya Taylor-Joy, no. Could not have
No.
done it.
You don't think so?
Florence
A
Pugh?
bit too old.
Florence
maybe.
Pugh, I don't think so. But maybe it could have worked.
Florence Pugh, no. Oh, maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
I guess. I wish Margot, man. She plays tennis.
It's hard
in
because
About Time.
yeah,
She looked like she
She
was
looked
really good. tennis
killer, dude.
player. Yeah.
we're doing a sports movie draft today. Is About Time qualifying?
That's what I was wondering. Like, if there's like a sports scene, does it qualify? I don't think so. I'm
No.
thinking just about sports.
Yeah.
Okay. Because there could be like so many where you'd be able to pick from, you know?
Right.
But like, I was thinking Silver Linings Playbook. That's not really a sports movie.
No.
It's a Philly movie.
But I mean, it does have playbook in the name. And it's all
does,
about
yeah.
a sports team.
It is, but I don't think so. You're not on the field.
Do you see a game being played?
On the TV, you know? Like,
Why'd you say it like
they
that?
reference what?
TV.
On the TV.
On the TV?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shut up.
That's just interesting. You're taking Patrick's side and you're saying TV. I just don't know if
I'm
you're
taking Patrick's side?
Yeah, you said like he's your favorite character and you relate a lot to him.
Did I say it? I
You
didn't say
said that.
No, I didn't.
Roll the tape.
When did I say
I'm gonna
that?
cut it.
I relate to him?
Yeah, you said I relate a lot to him.
To Patrick.
Yeah,
No.
you're in love with your best friend. I get it. It's fine.
That's crazy.
Doesn't change anything. Okay, I have one more note.
Okay.
The age up was done very well.
Yeah.
They are convincingly young looking
They look so young.
in the flashbacks.
Yeah,
They look like little babies.
I know.
And I don't know what age they're supposed to be.
And their demeanors change
Yeah.
too.
They're supposed to be at least 35, 36 to 40 in the present day, right?
I believe it.
Which I do not believe Zendaya looks like that,
No.
but the men kind of do. Like
Yeah.
they could be in their late 30s, you know?
Art's just got like a nice haircut,
Yeah.
you know, and he just looks a little bit more weathered.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he's so shiny and new
Mhm.
in the beginning.
But yeah, it's pretty hot in the
You think
end.
so?
I think he's a good looking
I
guy.
think his haircut
Yeah.
looks good.
But I think that's another place where we're talking about time jumps. That's another place where movies can go wrong, and they didn't here.
Yeah, a lot of time jumps. And I think it works because no storyline is like less interesting than the next. I
Yeah.
think. I wasn't like mad we were going back 13 years again
Yeah.
or 8 years, you know.
Mhm.
I was just having a good time, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
Last two notes before categories. The cinematography is amazing.
yeah.
Some of
So many
the
different
craziest
shots.
shots. Yeah. Like it's like they opened up a film book,
Yeah.
book about studying film,
Yeah.
and like read through all of the different shot types and then just put them all in the movie.
hmm
Like they're throwing everything at you, and it makes for a great experience because by the end, with all that tension there, they start doing this crazy stuff with
Yeah.
you're a tennis ball for a second. They do the through. I really, really liked the through the court.
I like that too.
And by that point, the fact that they didn't bring those out earlier in the film, I think works very well because it just gets increasingly crazier as the film goes on.
Yeah.
And by the end, you're just like
just
on the
pulling
edge of
all
your
the
seat.
stops.
Yeah, it's
like
great.
What shot are they going to do next
Yeah.
here? Yeah. It's cool because I'd say like that match between Patrick and Art is like a sixth of the film, or maybe more or less. I don't know.
I don't know.
Like by how often it's like on screen, you know, because
Yeah.
it cuts back to it all the time.
Yeah.
And then it's like the last 20 minutes of the movie, probably. But I mean, like you didn't know there was this many ways to film like a tennis match.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just really, really cool. I enjoyed all of them.
That
Just thought they were great.
going in, that was another thing I was concerned about was I didn't know how they were going to do the tennis. With some movies, sports movies, and we'll talk about them later,
Mm-hmm.
there are issues when you try to make it too focused on the sport that you're telling a movie about. Because, for example, like I don't really love football movies because
you can tell they can't.
you can
play.
tell that they're not matching the intensity or they just can't. It's more entertaining to watch any NFL game
Yeah.
than to watch a football movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
No. Yeah. Remember the
And-
Titans is pretty good,
Whatever.
but you don't. Okay.
No. I think we've
No, but I
talked
get what
about
you're
this
saying.
before.
Have you seen that scene in The Amazing Spider-Man where Flash is playing basketball in the gym?
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
I've like paused this and rewinded it, showed it to so many people where the guy that Flash blocks goes up, puts the ball like just like a foot in the air, like
Just
it's
right above his head,
yeah,
and then
right there, and then Flash just comes in and swats it away. It's like the funniest thing
Yeah.
in the world. That just like, why can't you just get an actor like that's a you could get anybody to
Yeah.
do that part. Why can't you get somebody who knows like
seriously.
or like a choreographer to be like this just looks so bad. But
And there are so many actors out there that can act and can play basketball. Forrest is one of them.
oh yeah, that's true.
So you just call in.
Not
Forrest for
everybody
that.
can be as good as
That's true.
that guy
That's true.
at acting and playing basketball.
Yeah. You
remember
could.
remember that shot he hit in the assembly?
That was so sick.
Junior was it junior? No, senior. Senior
year.
year.
Higher stakes.
He's playing Troy Bolton in this like ahead of its time production where it's like a parody of High School Musical.
Yeah.
But
Never
at
been
the
done
same
before.
time, yeah, they're coming in, taking breaks, and then doing performances live.
Dude.
Right? He comes in after one of the breaks in his full like Troy Bolton
Yep.
uniform,
Yep.
right? King of the school at that
Oh,
point, dude.
dude. We're all
Can you
chanting his
imagine?
name.
Dude.
Oh,
2017 Forrest.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. And then like, yeah, we're all chanting his name, right? He's doing like, the dance, dribbling the basketball.
Yeah.
They kind of do like a 5-on-5 for a second, right? He pulls up for 3.
Yeah.
Not in the script, right? What if he misses? Can you imagine?
We don't have to worry about
He
that.
sinks it.
Yep.
I just got chills.
Dude,
I
look at-
literally just
Can I-
got chills.
Cameron, can you
thinking
focus
about
on this? Look at these goosebumps.
it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. But like, oh my, if he'd have missed that, so much was on the line. The whole production, the whole year.
Think
That
about
was
what our
the end of
lives
the year production.
Think about what our lives would be like today if you had missed that shot.
I don't think we'd be friends with him still.
No, sir.
No way.
Nope. We wouldn't be friends with each other.
No. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So
Anyway,
fun
so
to
yeah,
look
I
back.
mean,
What were we talking about?
um,
Challengers, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the tennis was really good in the
Yeah.
tennis movie.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I was on a date, right? With my girlfriend.
What?
Yep.
Whoa.
She
What an announcement.
is a former tennis captain,
Uh-huh.
right? And I leaned over and I was like, "Is this tennis like realistic? Is Zendaya actually like good?" And she's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
she looks pretty good, like
She-
good form."
Zendaya on her social media today posted, or maybe it was yesterday. It had to be yesterday.
Mm.
She posted like a video of them actually training for tennis.
I think I
with
saw that too.
So-
I saw that a few days ago, though.
Okay, are you on
So-
her advanced Instagram or something?
Yeah, I'm on her private story. Yeah. So yeah, dude, this inspired me to go out and play some tennis. I was playing
You did?
the other day.
Yeah, the next day, Jaron sends me a video, and he's like, "This is my Patrick serve."
I did the
It
Patrick
was
serve.
sick.
Yeah.
It was sick, dude.
Thanks.
Did a
Dude,
great job.
I got so much better. Like when I stepped on the court, I like hadn't played tennis at
Yeah.
all. I was like 10 times better by the end
Wow.
of it. So,
Wow.
yep. I won't say the score against my girlfriend, but you know, you guys can assume
Yeah.
who won there. So,
Jeez. Oh, jeez.
yep.
Okay, should we get into categories?
Yeah, let's do it. Favorite part. What do you think?
Stanford dorm room.
Okay. So you've got a few options here.
Yeah.
What am I thinking?
Wait, I always prematurely do that joke. That's the scene I most want to be there for.
Yeah. That's true. You do always do that. I'm like, wait, you're not gonna wait.
So my favorite scene is always the scene I'd most want to be there for.
Yeah.
Favorite scene actually is on the second watch, I was like savoring the moment where Art and Patrick are best friends. Because I was like, after this, everything goes downhill and they're not going to be like this again. And it's sad.
Yeah.
So that's probably my favorite part. Right after they win and they do that hug and they're in like missionary position on the tennis court.
Oh, okay.
And then
So
they're
everything
just,
on like the Long Island or in
yes, yeah,
yeah.
all of that stuff.
That yeah. That was a good part.
Yeah. Also, okay, sorry. Another one. Just them being friends, but when Patrick comes back to Stanford and he's like, Donaldson!
And they're
And he's like messing up
He
his
chases
serve.
him around.
And then he chases him around. It's just so cute. I love that.
Yeah. They seem just like two friends
Mm.
in that moment, you know. I really liked just the end match. I just thought like it was just a buildup of everything.
Yeah.
Now you know the stakes. Now you know what everybody's playing for. You know, like Patrick's playing just to. What is Patrick playing for? Is he playing for art? You know, is he playing
That's
to
another
survive?
That's
He
another
needs
interesting
money?
wrinkle is he's literally playing for survival. He doesn't
Yeah.
have any other skills. And we know he could go back to his parents and get money.
Yeah.
But tennis is all that he has. He doesn't even have a love interest. Like
Mhm.
all of that is gone.
I think second place prize money. He was going to win $400 regardless.
Right.
You know.
Well, that's what I'm
He's-
saying. That's what he's playing for is survival.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that's a good point. Who wins? Does Patrick win?
I don't know.
Because Art can't touch the net.
I genuinely don't know
Okay.
because Art certainly goes over the net and touches it.
It's match point.
Right.
So is that just like because they
Can they end on
I
that?
don't know how it works.
I don't know tennis
Yeah, I don't
well
know if
enough
that
to
was
know.
the final point or if there was still more tennis to be played.
Well, match point, if Art would have successfully played that,
Yeah.
that would have been the end of the game. He would have won, I believe.
Why is he jumping for that? I don't. Yeah, I understand. It's a little bit like, whoa, this kind of just took a different turn here.
Yeah, it boiled over into something that's no longer tennis.
Yeah, I think they just kind of messed it up in the last two shots where it just looks a little unrealistic. His jump,
Yes.
because I feel like I don't know. Maybe he could have fallen. Patrick could have came and they could have embraced or whatever.
For how good this cinematography is, there are a couple of continuity errors that
Yeah.
really bugged me.
There was a spatial issue in that last part.
The first one in where are they at? They're in New York, right?
Yeah, Rochelle.
No, when they're younger.
Okay, yeah.
When
New York.
Zendaya's leaving their bedroom,
Mhm.
there's a cut and she has her hair in front of her.
Okay.
And then it cuts away to a different camera angle. Her hair's behind her. And then she goes to leave the room and her hair's in front of her again. It's like, that's a really easy fix. Why'd they do
Yeah.
that?
Huh.
And then there was another one that I can't remember at the moment. Oh, when she falls, when she's practicing with Art after her knee injury, and she's like, hit it harder. And he does, and she falls.
Yeah.
There's a shot where he's running and he jumps the net.
I noticed that too.
And then it's
and
like,
then he's like
1,
not
2,
in
3
frame.
seconds, and then he comes
And then
in
he's
frame.
like, what? He like sprints so fast.
Yeah.
And you hear him jump the net. and then he just walks up all
Yeah,
slow.
yeah.
You know, I feel like like he forgot that like Art's sprinting.
Exactly. There's
get
just
to-
a couple things like that where I'm like, everything else seems so calculated and intentional.
Yeah.
And there's just those two things. But back to the spatial issue.
Also,
To end.
her in the opening, like the very opening shot, you see her almost like lotion her leg,
I know what you're gonna say.
and you see the scar, right?
It's on one knee and then it switches.
I feel like that was her left leg.
It was because it's in a mirror.
Oh,
I thought the
okay.
same thing, and then the second time I was like, she's doing this in a mirror.
Yes. Okay. Are you sure?
I am sure, yeah, because
Okay.
I was looking for it the second time
You were
because
okay.
it really bothered me the first
Yeah,
time.
I was like, what is going on?
She's
And
rubbing
then
her
it's
left
right
knee,
leg.
and then she injures her right knee, but
Yeah.
it's in a mirror.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was fact checked by Austin.
Yep.
So
I double checked.
Nope. Okay. Least favorite part.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Least favorite part.